Most DeFi users still doing the same thing wrong. They're chasing the highest APR on the dashboard, jumping into random pools, they're over trading, they panic rebalance, and they're slowly bleeding capital without even realizing it. What's amazing though is that we have so much new technologies that we can utilize so we don't have to get our emotions involved. And what I'm going to show you in this video is that a real edge in DeFi is starting to shift towards structural liquidity management, as in MaxFi and SnuggleFi, auto farming vaults on Krystal, and so many other adaptive systems. Remember, none of this today is financial advice. This is educational only and manage your own risk. Now, there's a lot of stakes here. People can get hurt. One bad concentrated liquidity position, one emotional rotation, or just one fake emissions farm, you can wipe out months worth of yield just like that. And honestly, that's exactly why I wanted to publicly experiment with something more structured with Krystal Agent and their auto bot function. I've enjoyed experimenting with their AI agents. I can't wait to build one of my own, hopefully in the future. But for now, this will have to suffice. This video, I'm going to introduce to you the Degen School BNB MAXI Yield Vault managed by myself, Dad's DeFi Space. Would love for anyone watching the video to consider copy trading and participating. Of course, remember this is experimental and none of this is financial advice. But I wanted to go into detail of how this strategy works and how you can copy the vault directly through Krystal Finance, and also why I think adaptive AI assisted liquidity management could become a huge part of the future of DeFi and payment systems. Now, this is where it can get interesting. The goal of this vault is not find the highest APR possible. The goal is to maximize the most amount of fee generation while managing risk and capital efficiency dynamically. That's a very different mindset because the reality is this 2000 APR usually means you're taking on a similar amount of risk. You're not getting that high of a yield without some kind of risk in place. Because a 2000 APR means absolutely nothing if liquidity is terrible, the token nukes, the volume disappears, or if permanent loss destroys your position. This is where so many people misread DeFi. They're optimizing for rewards and fees without understanding all the structure underneath it. What we're trying to do with this vault is show you that you can farm Degen pairs and meme coins, and you can still do it in a risk averse manner. At least that is what we're trying to program our agent to do to see if we can win within this competition of who can generate the most community fees. So the Degen School BNB Maxi Yield Vault uses a multi-tier dynamic system. If you look at the goal, we're trying to maximize fee generation across all viable BNB chains using concentrated liquidity opportunities, and we're dynamically adapting to changing market conditions, intelligently rotating between high APR small pools, mid cap momentum pools, and large cap tight range pools while trying to preserve capital efficiency as much as possible and minimizing impermanent loss. Now, the AI agent must determine which pools and types are most optimal at the time. And I've also asked it to implement a snuggle rebalance strategy when needed. We set the risk level at high, our expected return at max gain, and our farming style as smart because I want it to be flexible. Our minimum range is 3%. I don't really want it to go much more narrow than that. And the minimum total value locked is $25,000, which I am a little concerned about, but we'll see how the pool, or excuse me, what kind of pools it selects over the next little bit. Now, the vault variables are basically, I want this all based in USDT on the BNB chain. This is new because, as you know, we mostly farm base and Solana, a little bit of Arbitrum. Well, this one we're going to farm on BNB for a little while. Tomorrow, I will add some more liquidity to it. We have another $200, making this a total of 300 of my own capital that I'm going to put into this pool. I would love some of the community to copy trade and join. All you have to do, and I will leave a link in the description, is go to the Dad's DeFi Space Vault, click copy vault, and you can add in some BNB token. If you don't have BNB token, then obviously you will have to deposit some into your favorite wallet. And then once you deposit it, it's just going to copy what my AI agent does. Now, basically, our Degen school vault will rotate between different kinds of concentrated liquidity positions on the BNB chain. Depending on the market conditions, it will choose either meme pools, mid cap pools, or even large cap pools with tighter ranges. And to be quite honest, as I said before, this is completely experimental, but the framework is designed to behave more like an adaptive liquidity engine instead of just emotional yield chasing, which we all tend to do as humans. So here is our current structure. First, our tier ones are our high APR sniper pools. These are smaller pools, very high APR, aggressive fee capture. Usually, these APR requirements, we want to find them above 800% APR, a minimum total value locked above 25,000. But the risk is tightly controlled. We want to keep position size very small, no more than 8% of the portfolio. Stop loss around 6%. Actually, I'm going to probably raise that closer to 10%. And it's designed for tactical fee extraction. Our tier two will be the mid cap momentum pools. Now, these mid cap momentum pools are actually the preferred tier right now. These pools need stronger liquidity, more sustainable activity, and better balance between the risk and reward. So we can still earn those high fees, but not as much risk as those really small DGEN pools. Now, the requirements for our mid tier are APR above 300%, total value locked above 45,000. These positions can have slightly larger allocations. They have more durable feed generation. That's where honestly I think some of our best DeFi opportunities exist if you can choose the assets you truly believe in. Not the craziest APR, but they do have better quality liquidity. Now, the final tier three positions are large cap pools. They're going to obviously have lower APR, higher liquidity, and lower and permanent loss risk. This has more stable compounding, but it also allows me to allocate some of the portfolio into pools with a greater total value lock, making it safer. And honestly, that's the kind of thing I think many people underestimate in a volatile market is having at least some capital allocated into blue chip pools. Another thing I wanted to talk about is my risk management. Now, a lot of people skip it. What we're hoping is that even though this vault is going to play around with some DGen tokens, it will try to maintain reserve capital, use stop losses, compound our harvested fees into stable coins, and use that Snuggle style rebalancing logic and an 8-hour delay before rebalancing. This means instead of constantly fully exiting positions, the system attempts to adjust ranges a little more efficiently when conditions look more favorably. Obviously, we're trying to reduce churn, assess up swapping, emotional over management, MEV attacks, etc. And that's one of the more interesting things about AI infrastructure development because we can actually program them and tell them exactly how we want to manage positions. Now, the next thing I want to talk about. Okay, now here is where the community side comes into the equation. Like all my other vaults, which many of them are not in use right now, are all public through Crystal Finance, meaning you can literally monitor the strategy and all my changes in real time. You can watch my positioning. You can even copy the vault directly if you want exposure to the experiment. We'd really appreciate it, of course. Current vault TVL is all my own capital and only at $100. We're going to add another 200 later tonight or tomorrow. Our agent just deployed into our first position USDT BSB, which is probably some small cap on BNB. But honestly, this makes it so much more interesting because we're documenting the growth and the adjustments in public from the beginning. And we'll see how this performs over the next 24 hours to see if I need to make any adjustments to the agent configuration. As of now, we're not for sure yet. So if you want to support the community and you want to follow along with our experiment, Vault link will be in the description. And this is important. I'm not telling anybody to blindly ape into DeFi, especially automated DeFi. I want people to actually learn how liquidity positioning works, how risk management works, and how structured systems operate in real market conditions. Because I genuinely think this is where DeFi is evolving next, not just meme coins and random APRs, emotional farming, even emotional airdrop farming for that matter, but adaptive systems that are AI assisted with dynamic capital allocation, automated range optimization, and smarter on chain infrastructure. So, whether this vault massively outperforms or not, honestly, to me, isn't even the most important thing, although I think it will do very well, hopefully. But I'm even more excited to just documenting it publicly like I've done everything else in real time. The wins, the mistakes, the adjustments, and all the market changes. That is the whole point of Dad's DeFi space. So, if you want to follow the vault, support our experiment, or learn more about structured DeFi strategies, links are in the description. And if you want more real time updates on what I'm watching in crypto and DeFi, join our Telegram group and check out dadsdefispace.org. Like the video if this helped, comment below. Really, do you think that AI assistant liquidity management is the future of DeFi, like Agent Max and the agents you can create on Krystal Vault? Or do you prefer manually managing your LPs? Remember, this is educational only, not financial advice. Please manage your own risk. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.